We're at the NRG Studios in North Hollywood. Some of the greats have been here. Papa Roach, Linkin Park, Incubus, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and more.
And the more stuff you record on them, the more all that awesomeness kind of stacks on top of each other.
One question, can it take the 808?
If you want to mix every day.
We're here at NRG Studios. Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing great, man. I'm super excited because this is our favorite place to be, in the studio.
Studio B at NRG,
Cool.
Also known as the Moroccan room.
Can you tell us a little bit about what makes this room special and about the board?
Baumgardner designed this room with kind of like a Moroccan vibe, which a lot of people love it just because of the vibes. It's just a very relaxed, cool place to work. The board behind us is actually a Neve 8078, the closest cousin to this actual board, but this board is very unique in the fact that it was built for a Austrian broadcast company. It's absolutely amazing.
Can you talk a little bit about how it works, a basic signal flow?
Sure, yeah. It would start up here at this blue knob, which would be your preamp. These section of 5 knobs here are the EQ. So you engage them here and then you turn them on, and a lot of these points on this EQ are custom to this Neve console because of what they were required for at the broadcast company. And then you got your auxes and your foldbacks to send to reverb, send to headphones, all of that fun stuff. That hits the fader and then goes into Pro Tools.
Wow.
Or tape if you wanted to get fancy. And then that can show back up on another set of faders like we have it here for Pro Tools outputs. And then this sends the signal all the way up top here, which assigns it to the stereo bus, which then sends it to the speakers.
Like sound-wise, how would you describe the warmth or the tone on this?
Yeah, well, the way that Rupert Neve designed all of his preamps, they just have this kind of meat and kind of bottom end thing and a very smooth top end that just people fell in love with almost immediately. You have other console makers out there, but the Neve boards are the ones that are the most sought after for recording, and the more stuff you record on them, the more all that awesomeness kind of stacks on top of each other.
For sure.
You know?
It looks like we're in the cockpit of 747.
Yeah, right? Especially with this over here.
Oh, yeah. This looks familiar, like the Neve.
Right.
Let's talk about this.
So this is like a Neve 1073 up here. This is set up in this room to where normally this is what we use to record, and then we send it over here for playback. So it's pretty much the same thing that we did over there. You got your red knob here is your pre, and then your EQ here, and then you have your auxes and your foldbacks just as you did over there. And then we have a cool selection of outboard gear, some of which we were using today. Up here, these silver guys are Pultec EQs. So there's tubes inside of there that help with the gain. And long before transistors and FETs and stuff came out,
wow, so it's
you
like
had to use tubes.
Wow, classic vintage.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like old TVs that had vacuum tubes in them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, highly sought after kind of sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Very expensive.
Wow.
These EQs are known to be very musical, so you can kind of add a lot and it doesn't get too harsh or too in your face. They're just beautiful. They're magical.
What is this guy? I'm always curious. Is this like a Flex Capacitor or the from Ghostbusters?
So this guy here, it's funny. It ends up on more Instagram posts than anything else in the room.
Can we go back in time? I didn't have enough. The end of a story.
So you can see this is your phase relationship. Your balance between your left and the right. So you got your left and your right here. So it's basically showing you your stereo field.
Wow.
So if you mute one side of it, it's just showing you what's coming out of the left side.
Really cool.
Obviously, vice versa. And then it's also a spectrograph. So you can see your frequency content from like 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is the range of human hearing. That can sometimes be useful for pulling out, rings and snare drums or something if you just wanted a quick visual guide to what the problem is, or you can see if you're building up a ridiculous amount of super low end, which nobody will ever hear, but will blow speakers, you can tell that too.
Wow, that's fun. So what kind of speakers or monitors do we have here in this room?
So this room's got 3 different sets of speakers. We have the Dyne Audio BM15s, which are our near fields. We have Dyne Audio C4s, Those are the mains on the inside. And then we just got these brand new Oceanway mains, which we got so you can turn it up as loud as you want.
Yeah, I can feel it in this room. Yeah.
Yeah, these are brand new. RC4s sound absolutely amazing, but they just can't take the punishment that that artists now expect out of speakers. So that's why we got these new Oceanways.
One question, can it take the 808?
The Oceanways can, yeah. You can turn it up as much as you want. Kept getting speakers blown in our C4s, so you can do as much 808 as you want with the with the Oceanways.
This studio is legendary. This room is legendary. Who's recorded in here?
Motorhead's been in here. A lot of the Linkin Park stuff, a lot of the early stuff. Korn, Esperanza Spalding. She did one in here, and then she did that new Exposure record in Studio A. Oh man, 311, No Doubt.
Huge.
Incubus, Limp Bizkit. Pretty much the who's who of rock and roll in the early 2000s.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned in your interview with Warren Hurt.
Certain instruments in these rooms, and you just pull the mics up. You're just like, oh, that's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, my job's done. That just sounds amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Just almost immediately.
What kind of tips can you give to the aspiring engineer producer?
Something that I wish I would have told back in the day. Be willing to work super hard. Be really hungry and learn every minute. And if you want to mix every day. Whether it's for free or whether you're finally getting paid, just do it every single day. And just realize that it's a long uphill battle. And if you can stick it out, it's totally worth it. Just be ready to work really, really hard.
Where can we go to follow you?
McAulay K, McAulay K.
Boom.